Good morning, everyone. If the telepathy tapes were to be accepted, then a non-materialist approach would have to become the new mainstream approach towards these potential candidates. The non-materialist perspectives that I will be presenting today do not offer us a strict parapsychological definition of telepathy, but rather ontological frameworks that attempt to show how a phenomenon like telepathy could possibly be explained. The core idea of non-local mind theories is that consciousness is not produced by the brain, but rather extends beyond it. In the following slides, I have highlighted the scientist Dean Radin and his entanglement theory, Jen and Dunn with their correlation without causation model, Stephanie Schwartz with his non-local awareness framework, and Diane Hennessy-Powell with her brain as receiver perspective. For reasons of time, I won't go into how each model specifically connects to the ontologies I present. Instead, I'll give a general sense of the ontological frameworks in which telepathy can be embedded. Please refer to the slides for more details. As we see in the quote by Dean Radin, he interprets telepathic imagery as communication occurring within a universal mind. This view aligns well with panpsychism or cosmopsychism. In panpsychism, consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe. In cosmopsychism, the universe itself is conscious. These perspectives make Rupert Sheldrake's morphic fields more intelligible if we assume that the universe has mind-like properties. Instead of reinforcing dualism, these views dissolve the strict mind-matter split and raise the question of whether conventional scientific methodology is suited to psi research. As Goff states, panpsychism provides a way of understanding how consciousness might be fundamental and ubiquitous, allowing for the possibility that minds can interact at levels not captured by classical physics. In dual-aspect monism, we stand between physicalism and idealism. Mind and matter are seen as two aspects of a deeper, neutral information substrate. Telepathy would then be an expression of that substrate, and correlations between minds would not be limited by space and time. As Radin notes, if mind and matter are inseparable aspects, then psi phenomena like telepathy appear as natural expressions of that underlying unity. Which brings us to field theories of mind, or psi fields. These frameworks, including Sheldrake's morphic fields, propose that consciousness operates through organizing fields that transmit patterns or memory across space and time. Telepathy becomes possible through coupling this with information. According to Sheldrake, such telepathy is strongest amongst individuals that are closely bonded, mothers and children, twins, or social groups whose connections are being mediated by morphic fields. If morphic resonance is understood as a kind of non-local memory, then telepathy can also be viewed from a quantum perspective, a microscopic version of non-local correlations shaped by consciousness interacting with its environment. Chen and Dunn at the Peer Lab proposed that if brains or brain-related fields maintain quantum coherent states, these could become non-locally correlated between people. A change in one person's neural quantum state could correlate with a change in another's, offering a mechanism for telepathy. And finally, idealism suggests that the physical world is a representation of a universal consciousness. Minds are not isolated, so telepathic communication becomes an expected form of interaction. Across these models, some embed telepathy in space and time, while others, especially non-local consciousness theories and idealist theories, transcend it. There are several ethical considerations that help explain why telepathy research remains inconclusive. The video highlights categories that also reflect the broader debate about telepathy. To some, I have added additional researchers. Sheldrake emphasizes stigma and taboo around psi research. Chris French, on the other hand, stresses low reliability, concerns about fraud, poor replicability, and experimental influence or cognitive bias. Both highlight issues with methodology. French additionally warns against sensationalism, commercial exploitation, and premature scientific claims, while Sheldrake raises issues about misguided analogies to physics and the emotional or relational vulnerability of participants. Finally, when applied to the telepathy tapes, many of these concerns appear directly relevant. Questions about authorship and validity, informed consent, the use of FCRPM methods, as well as the potential psychological and emotional harm from fostering exploitative hope. The overall scientific backlash reflects the ethical demand to avoid sensationalizing unproven claims.